That Zed Podcast. Zed Podcast.
It's that Zed Podcast. My name is K+, and a big shout out to my co-host Elson. Let's clap for him, guys. I think he's getting used to this now.
Clap.
Anyway, today's episode is brought to you by Spend. If you've not transacted using Spend, you're missing out on a whole load of juicy ways of transacting. I was actually trying it out this morning. Juicy stuff, man. We'll talk more about that a little later.
Cutting-edge technology.
Cutting-edge technology, and we'll talk more about that a little later.
That Zed Podcast. Zed Podcast. Zambian conversations worth having. We talk to Zambian movers and shakers, the change makers, the achievers. We also discuss interesting topics. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube, That Zed Podcast. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Listen to That Zed Podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Anchor. That Zed Podcast. Zambian conversations worth having. Hosted by K+.
It's K+, baby.
Today's guests. We need another round of applause.
Why are you looking around his shoe, bruh?
Yeah, I was trying to
Did you
see
think
this.
someone else was walking through the door?
Yeah, like this. Who's this guy?
Today's guest, he takes me back to what year was Vitumbua?
2011.
Exactly
When did
10 years
Africa
ago,
come,
man.
Come to Zambia for the first time.
When did Africa come to Zambia?
The Africa Cup.
Cup.
The World Cup was
2012.
No, World Cup was 2010.
2011, 2012. Okay, somewhere around there. Let's just keep it there.
Oh, you guys went viral in a quick Zambian minute, man. How did you even come up with the concept, if we can start from
We
there?
have not said the name.
We said K-Star, didn't we?
Did we?
And I blew the horn.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Power
Is
to
everything
the
okay?
people.
Yeah, nah, I'm good. I just had too much coffee.
Anyway, I want to start from Vitumbua because for me, that's the first thing that comes to my mind when I think K-Star.
And imagine for me, that was like the thousandth time I was giving it a try, because basically that's just the dummied down version of a rapper that you heard around that time.
But what was like the thinking process around it, though? If we could take it back to 10
Well,
years.
it was just about real life,
Yeah.
relatable, breakfast, We go to the corner every time. Amake Frank is there with her fritas.
We had vanilla make in our neighborhood.
See? Aha, that's why you relate. So
And it's always nice to buy them like around 6:30
In the morning.
And notice how the Vitumbua ladies are
Yes.
always on time.
on
Like
time.
very
They make
hardworking
sure they
ladies,
know
yeah.
people going to work would
Yeah.
like to buy a few
Yeah, of
to
course.
carry to work. So that's how they do it.
So were you on your way to work when the concept for that song came out?
No, for us, every time we're about to record or we're hungry, we're just thinking food, we're like, Amake Frank. It's like a quickest. It's not about a drive to, the mall to
Yeah.
buy some chicken or buckets or nothing. We were just like, by the corner, we have Amake Frank, so let's get some Vitumbua from there.
For
Didn't
us,
get any other beverage with it.
yeah,
Go for Coca-Cola, Fanta, whatever.
yeah.
There was no Fruticana at that time. It was just-
That would have slapped, eh?
yeah.
We had vanilla make, and every time we're doing the breakfast show timer, because our breakfast show started at 5.
Yeah.
5:30, guaranteed like clockwork. You
So
find
it
her,
was
you find her
very-
fanning her fire.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And now, since it was a relatable issue,
Yeah.
we knew everybody's had this kind of delicacy before
Right.
at a certain point. So why not tie it to everyday life? And what's everyday life? It's social media, it's television, it's politics, it's sport. So put that whole concept into this delicacy that's very local. And we thought, yes, this will
Vitumbua.
work. Yeah.
Nice one, man.
That's smart.
So we had, a whole bunch of people around the studio. Superman, that's
Yeah.
Chef 187's
Manager,
manager.
yeah.
Yes, and we had Castro, who just made an emphatic beat. And we thought,
That was Critic on that song as well, yeah?
yeah.
But
So
Crit-
2-1 was Critic and myself, the two of
Yeah.
us. Yeah. It was a whole bunch of other people before, because the guys that started 2-1, this is the crazy part, is everybody was age 21.
Wow.
We were not part of them because we were not 21 yet. So.
You already.
Yeah, and then they didn't necessarily fall off, but they had other commitments in life and they couldn't keep up. And then the 2-1 members that were added on to the list at the very end was myself and Critic. And when everybody could not carry on doing the music, it was just me and Critic left. So it was myself and Critic, and we were the remaining members of 2-1.
Who were not even 21? Way above 21.
At that time, we were close to being 21.
You were younger
We
than
were
that.
actually 21 then.
Yeah.
Yes. When it was just us remaining.
Okay.
So when we remained, we were actually 21.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Critic is my guy. Like, mad love, much respect. I listen to like every material he puts out. But why would the majority of people still call him an upcoming artist, man?
I don't think he is. I
don't
know-
think he is.
I don't know what the whole. I don't know. Is there a gauge like, okay, this is still upcoming? Like, what is upcoming?
Like every
'Cause
time I would
upcoming
say,
is like potential that you see. Like,
Yeah.
when this person grows up,
he'll be major.
he'll be major.
Yeah.
But then when you call somebody who's already there, you
Yeah.
listen to him, you know what he does. Is that still upcoming? I don't think
Because
so.
I get a little upset when I'm listening to his music and, somebody passing by asks, like, what are you listening to? I'm listening to Critic and...
But in Zambia, everything is just all over the place.
Yeah.
People say, he's an artist.
Like, is he really though?
No, but even when they're just referring to any musician, they say,
Yeah, that's my
he's
point,
an
yeah.
artist. What do you mean? Just say, that's a musician. Because art is something different.
It's a bit broad.
It's too
broad.
general.
Yes, I'm never artist. Have you seen the haircut? Never artist. Like, really, what are you basing this off? Is it what they've done before? Is it so artistic that you feel like you can... I can mention a few artists off the top of my head. If you ask me about James Sakala,
Yeah.
Mumbayachi, those are artists, but they're musical artists. Yes. So when you say never artist, what do you mean? You're misusing the word artist in the first place.
So who's an artist to you?
Somebody who creates.
Okay.
And when you look at something they do, it's something that you can't easily describe. Did that thing just fall out of my mouth?
It's okay, we'll edit that out.
Yeah.
No, we won't.
Don't. It's fine. It was a lozenge, people. Everybody has a cough.
There'll be a
now.
meme about it by the end of the week.
I'll watch.
Or he will create the meme himself, considering he's an artist.
No, I'm an artist.
I think you're an artist. I mean,
You
you said
heard
an
that.
artist, a creator.
True. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, people that are basically they'll create and they'll paint pictures. Not like, there's actual artists. So, it comes from art. Like people that draw, they paint pictures. But if you can paint a picture using what you do, like if you're an entertainer or you're an actor, but what you say or do can paint a picture in somebody's head. They can't even see, but they can picture what you're doing and they can embrace it, and it can change something about them or put them in a different mood. Then you're an artist.
Yeah.
That's
Don't
deep, man.
come here because you did 2 or 3 songs and said, so I'm an artist.
How would you describe the music that you made?
The music that I made? Before what I did, I don't know how much have you heard.
No, what you were describing when you were in the group in 21, what kind of music would that be?
The music was very foreign, first of all, because we're influenced by hip-hop. And when you speak about hip-hop, it never originated from here. Just like reggae never originated from here, but we have reggae artists, we have dancehall artists, but I would say I was influenced by hip-hop, like primarily. I speak about DMX, Eminem. These are the people I grew up listening to. And the first time I tried to write my own
Your lyrics?
Lyrics,
Yeah.
yeah,
that one.
Relics, relics. Oh, so the first time I
Yeah.
tried write my own lyrics,
Yeah.
I was basing it off the influence.
Right.
So even the first couple of songs don't really sound like me.
Yeah.
You'd be like, okay,
Who,
this
who,
guy
who do you
is
who do you
rapping.
sound like?
I sounded a lot like Eminem, and people were like, oh, why you sound like Eminem? I was like, oh, so I'm sounding like who I'm listening to now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me change it up a bit. Like, I need to find myself. What's my comfortable spot? And finding myself was just being myself.
Yeah.
So I decided to be myself. And now everybody's like, you speak slow, you sound like a drunk voice, kind of Daniel. So that's now primarily me. I'm
Yeah.
not trying to sound like anybody, I'm just being me.
Speaking of Eminem, it sort of describes two qualities in you that I've picked up, because I watched some of your material last night.
Take that as a compliment.
Yeah. So two things that I picked up:
Yeah.
battle rap and clever wordplay.
Yes,
So
battle
did
rap.
Did that come from Eminem, or that was just purely you?
A bit of both, I think. I love battle rap so much that
And we don't have a lot of that now, right?
He can better rap. You wanna?
No,
can battle rap?
don't listen to this guy.
So I did a lot of battle rap. For your information, in
Yeah.
case you don't know, I was the last battle rap champion at the biggest battle rap event that Lusaka had.
If you
that
don't
they
know,
had.
now you know.
Yes.
Dope.
So I went up
Nigga.
against somebody called E Chronic in the final,
Wait.
and yes, I am the battle rap champion.
So how do you come up with your ammunition? What do you put in your arsenal if you're battle rapping?
Freestyle.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I guess
Is it
at
off the
first-
top of your dome? How
At
do you-
first, it was like general lines. You know, just you need to have general lines. Like,
Right.
if I say this to somebody, I'll degrade them. This is embarrassing. But you run into somebody who's short,
right.
everything changes. Like, what kind of
Like
stuff can I say?
You just met him. What would you hit him with?
Nothing much.
Mohawk.
Oh, that's good. That's
Oh,
a
you see,
compliment.
he has to.
That's a compliment. You see that? Because he doesn't have much to say about me.
You see, but then he has to turn all the
He has to turn all the way for you to see the mohawk.
The mohawk.
What would you hit him with? I mean, you're a freestyle battle battle rapper. Yeah.
He's in black. Is this a funeral? Are you about to die? Or did you already die? Which one is it? Die
you can do
and
better.
dye your hair at the same time? So this is just...
Yeah, no, that was clever.
He acknowledges it, see, but anyway.
Yeah.
Everything's like... Basically what you can see, if you're going for a podcast
Yeah.
or an interview, you'll be less particular and observant about
Yeah.
things. But when you're going for a battle,
You're gonna watch the guy's
you're
every
gonna,
move.
everything. Oh, when he walked in, he didn't close the door. You know, like everything matters. Yeah. So then now you're thinking, what am I gonna say about that? And he came over here with that girl. What am I gonna say about her? What am I gonna say about him coming over here in a taxi? What am I gonna, like, everything matters because you have gone for a battle. So
Yeah.
you're thinking lyrical.
How do you
What can I pull
feel, especially because I've listened to a lot of Zambian hip hop. Now I say hip hop in quotes because it's really bubblegum music. If you'd ask me, because I'm a real hip
Very
hop.
much.
You agree,
Very
right?
Real hip hop head, true story.
Yeah.
man.
So
Yeah.
how do you? What do you feel is lacking? What do you feel is missing? Do you feel people are just doing it just so they become popular?
Yes, and inspiration is wrong.
Right.
Who are you listening to, first of all?
Eminem.
You're listening to somebody who's not even a rapper, and then you think, this is my inspiration. This guy's doing some bubblegum music, and that's who inspires you.
Yeah.
What are you going to turn out to be? But if you listen to real rappers, I mean, there's even new age cats that are hot, like Kendrick. Like,
Yeah.
imagine you're listening to Kendrick, you're listening to J. Cole. Obviously, even your sharpening, your tools, everything's gonna be just a little bit better than who you would listen to.
But kids would argue with you and say, look, those are rappers from your time. Why are you
Yes.
trying to force
And then
them
now
down on us? We've
so
got our
they-
own...
so they listen to-
what's this guy? You can
People
hardly...
from here,
Who's that designer?
Young Thug.
Oh, is it young?
Migos,
There's
Young,
Young
Thug,
Thug
all
and-
those
yeah.
guys. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, a youngster would argue with you and say...
mumble rap.
Yeah, but like I said, a young cat will tell
Yeah.
you, that's music of your time. This is our time. Why don't you accept that this is what hip hop has come to now?
If you want to be like that, be like that. But the worst thing is, if you label us as a country as Zambia,
Yeah.
most of these people are listening to the local hip hop.
Chef
What-
187,
What do you
Slap
have to
D,
say about our local hip hop?
Maki 2.
I can count like on one hand,
Yeah.
like people you can listen to. But then if none of these are the people you listen to, then what are you gonna end up being? You're gonna get lines, metaphors, punchlines, similes from somebody who's not yet sharpened themselves.
Who are your top 3 Zambian rappers right now? You have to think that hard.
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to say
Yeah?
top 5 because I have about
Oh, 5. Okay, let's
Yeah.
go with your 5, yeah.
So I have Critic,
That's your 5 or
Chef
1?
187. No, this is in no particular order. This is
Oh.
somebody I can listen to and be inspired to go and
Ah, okay.
record.
yeah.
Like I feel like, so there's still some rap going around.
Hip hop is
you
still
know?
alive.
Yeah.
And well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who did I mention?
Critic, Chef.
There's Chef. There's Camstar.
Where's
there's-
Camstar?
Yeah.
That boy had, you used to produce songs for him, yeah?
That's a strong rapper right
I
there.
remember interviewing him
He
some
wants
10 years
to
ago, yeah.
be himself when
Yeah.
he's rapping.
But maybe the market is wrong for him. He
The
can't
wrong-
blow.
Yeah, the wrong market. He wants to curse. He's like, I'm gonna be me because this is what I grew up listening to.
Yeah.
So it's hard for him to fit in. But he's done a few things, a few songs. But you can tell that's the dummied down version
Of
of this
Camstar.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna add Tim.
Thugger.
But you know I'm adding Tim. Tim has not, just like me,
Yeah.
he's not done albums. We're not as consistent. Tim is there, but I know what he's capable of. Because I started out, this guy was still in school. I'm not even gonna lie to you. He was still in school when I met him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is a lot of ludicrous influence. I'm listening to it. I would try to punchline around him. He easily catches it. He's gonna bring a punchline right back to me.
You know,
And
you,
I'm
you know
thinking-
where I really saw his lyrical prowess on the song he's done with Tawela.
Yeah.
What's that again? Ndiwe?
Yeah.
Ah, the boy had a punchline after punchline, man.
He's
more punches than Mike
strong.
Tyson,
He's
man.
strong.
Yeah.
But he hasn't been as consistent as
Yeah.
these other people have mentioned. If you talk about Camstar, Critic, Chef, these guys put out albums. And then in the background, yes, there's somebody who you know, this guy can do it all. He's going to have 2-3 albums maybe as we speak in the future. He's capable of that. That's why he's in my top 5, because I know what he's capable of. I'm going to mention another person who probably isn't rapping anymore, but had like the hardest delivery ever. These guys from Pitch Black. This is an old group you may not even know of.
I don't even
Just
know.
like we said.
I know
You
Pitch
see,
Black Afro from South
There's
Africa.
5-4 and B-Mac.
What happened to that guy?
I know, right?
5-4 and B-Mac. These guys were in Pitch Black and they were into hip hop so much, they had the passion for it. These guys would keep me on my toes, like, oh, this is what these guys are doing.
yeah.
And then now they're not, B-Mac still is. He's doing some really, really dope songs. But 5-4 is not anywhere to be
They want to
seen
know,
now.
so they asking.
Who am
2005.
I?
That song.
That's a very strong rapper. Even now in retirement, if I try to pull him back and
Yeah.
say, please just a verse on my song,
Dude.
I feel like he would still nail it.
Yeah, he's got it in him still.
And then there was a whole clique of you guys, So Good Entertainment. Why did you guys split up? I mean, what really happened with So Good?
Everybody, I think life hit.
So
People had
Good?
different decisions
Yeah.
to make, go in different places, and it's just, I guess, when life catches up with you. For some people, it was actually school. You know that school can get into the way of your art. School.
Absolutely.
And I'm calling it school because education is education. Education is necessary.
Yeah.
You need to be educated, but school is a design of how you will get educated. So meaning they can take you to school for 12 years, but the education that you have is maybe 2 years worth. There's a possibility that could happen.
I see you nodding your head. You're agreeing to a lot of what he's saying.
No,
eh?
I do. He's extremely smart. See, I was right. I don't know if I mentioned this when the mics were on or not.
No.
So there's a clip that I saw that Abigail sent to me last night where it was a battle rap. It was 3 of you guys. I don't know if it was the last one or not. But it seemed to me
I think it might
like
have
in
been
the end, a lot of the shit was getting personal. I could tell tempers were flaring. You know the one that I'm
Yes.
talking about, right?
Yes,
I
I
find the
think
clip.
I
Is
know.
it the last one or
Yeah.
last one she sent?
The last one that
I
she
think
sent.
I know the battle he's
Let me
talking.
just look for it quickly.
And you know,
talk to
this
it,
is
yeah.
like with people who you hang out with.
yeah.
Oh,
And so
you know all the
You
dirt.
know everything.
You have all the dirt against them, yeah.
about
Yeah.
each other.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, if I mention this, is this guy gonna get?
It's gonna destroy him.
But you're losing. You feel like I'm losing. These guys are killing me. So you have to pull that out of the bag in the end.
Is there anything?
happens.
Is there such thing as crossing the line?
Yes.
Is
There's
this-
a lot
is
of
this the
crossing
one?
the line.
That's the one.
The one with Excess IQ.
That's the
K-Star
one.
Critic.
Yes.
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 A lot of lines were crossed here, but it's part of battle rap.
So what in your opinion? What do you feel is out of bounds when you battle rap?
You know, there's certain things that you mentioned, like, hey, last time you did this, you ate food off the floor. You know, like, this is like, it just sounds like it's something I would make up and still say.
Yeah.
But then there's like stuff when you start talking about intimacy.
Your chick dumped you because of a
relationships.
small problem. Yeah.
Small problem.
No, I don't feel that's crossing the line. I feel when you start
It
mentioning
is because imagine how that person took the breakup. For example, that breakup, he's still not over it.
Yeah.
Then
yeah,
you
well
mention,
then that's his problem. I feel like when you start mentioning someone's this is his problem, fam. I'm not gonna baby you.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but
Yeah.
there's issues that strike a nerve. Like
Yeah.
for me, it wouldn't strike a nerve. Like if you told me like, oh, that girl left you because so what? I'm still talking to her. You know, it's not gonna strike
No, yeah,
me.
that's my point.
But if I'm still into her, imagine a situation where I'm still into her and you're reminding me that that girl left you because you had a small penis.
no, I get it. But my point is, in battle rap,
Yeah,
you are actually hitting a nerve.
exactly.
Without I don't think that's crossing the line. I feel
It is.
I feel.
If I mention someone's dead mother,
Now that's
in
my
the
point.
middle of a-
Now that's my point. Is now
Yeah.
that's crossing the line. When you bring in someone's kids, that's crossing the line.
even
But
relationships, you
Nah,
know that.
Jack,
you know why,
relationships,
you know
like,
why I say that? Because
there's only one
relationships-
mom. There's 100 relationships you can have.
But here's what it is: there's people that can only talk about one relationship.
Yeah.
Like that's
The one that really
only
messed you up.
serious relationship I've ever been in, because maybe I got pregnant for this person. Oh, I impregnated this person, and now I can see my child. It could be anything. Relationships are the only things that take away from family. Am I lying about this?
No, you're right.
Your brothers will come and tell you, don't be with that chick, and you're just like,
But not the only thing.
the one.
No, not the only thing. Money also
Anything.
can do that as well. But I feel the only two things that I feel, in my opinion, if you're in battle rap or whatever would cross the line, would be anything to do with parents
Parents?
and kids.
But you see, that's tied to
Or-
our culture.
Or if it's going to be a relationship, if it's a marriage, now that's different than if it's a
It gets more personal.
Then it gets more personal.
Yeah.
So I'm going to speak about your wife.
Okay, here's my question. Don't some relationships feel like marriages? What do you think?
But the commitment is not that strong, though.
It's not that strong.
Yeah,
Are you
the
sure?
commitment is not really there.
I
Like,
was in a relationship for about 6 years.
yeah, but you could walk away any day
Yeah, you
without
could walk
any
away.
going to
Walk away.
court or yeah.
No, it was not that easy. Even when it was time to walk away, it was
But
not
what
that
were you
easy.
doing with somebody's daughter for 6 years, wasting her time that long
I wasn't wasting her time.
Yeah.
She made the decision
to be with you for 6
to
years?
leave me.
To leave you after 6 years.
after
Why?
6 years.
Or she left you?
Yeah.
Were you broke? Did you have a small
No.
small issue?
No. Oh man, come on.
Are you saying you're blessed?
The size doesn't matter.
It's how you
What
use it.
matter is not the size.
It's how you use it.
You know the most
So like,
you know the
for her
most
to be with me for 6 years,
Yeah.
it means
The
she
size was perfect.
She was just comfortable.
you know the
But then there
most
were other
interesting
things
thing?
that made it.
But why did she leave you though? Because you said she just left, upped and left.
She didn't just up and leave. Like maybe she was leaving me gradually, but then I didn't realize it.
Because there was somebody telling
So
her
what
better
reason did
jokes.
she give? What reason did she give?
She was just like, "You never treated me right."
You
I was
never
like,
treated me
"Okay,
right?
Are you thinking about one situation or are you thinking about the whole 6 years? Like, what is it? Like,
What do you
Can
think?
you
What do you
point
think it
out-
was?
I think it was our fights. We had too many fights.
And would you resolve them? Or would you just have makeup sex and then they just covered it up and then move on to the next thing? That's the
yeah.
biggest mistake people
That's-
make.
Exactly.
Right? You
So we
fight,
didn't
you never really address
we didn't
it.
really address it and sit down and say, this is the problem. This is why I did this and this is what you need to stop.
Yeah.
Don't disrespect me.
Uh-huh.
Don't get touched about every fan that I hug. You know, like maybe if we spoke about it
Wait,
that way.
did you start dating as your fame was just starting or before the fame?
She found me like halfway
Halfway
through.
there.
Like, but even then, it doesn't matter because she did a lot for a homie who's not, you know,
There yet.
comfortable and
Yeah. She took care of you.
She took care of me.
Yeah.
So maybe that was the
And
reason. Maybe
that's
somebody
why
who could
I feel
take
like
care of
I
her.
owe her. Maybe not, but I just feel like, look, she was there, man. I never had a fridge, and this is somebody who brings you cold water.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not with your parents anymore. Scratch that. Your
Yeah.
parents are rich, they have whatever.
Are
But
your parents rich?
yes.
Nice.
My parents, the people who took care of me,
Yeah.
even after my mom died when I was younger, they are well known in the Copper Belt.
But I mean,
Who are they?
The Fumbeshis. So if you hear
But they
about
they
a
could've-
Fumbeshi,
Uh-huh.
a valuation surveyor, chartered
Yeah.
valuation surveyor,
Beautiful.
real estate agent, he took us to the best damn schools.
and they couldn't
So
help you with the fridge
I was
when you
not-
had none.
At this point,
Yeah.
this is just me being a renegade. I'm not talking to him anymore. He's
Okay.
also just like, is he fine? He's using other people to check on me, you know. But you know, we go renegade at some point. We don't want to talk to our parents. We don't want to be around them. We're doing this whole thing where you're just a renegade. You want to do music, and he's like, you're an information technology specialist.
Oh,
You're a
you are?
computer, everything, bro. Systems
dope.
analyst.
You and I
Don't
both.
even-
That's exactly what I studied in
I
in uni.
studied that, but I thought, why am I doing this stuff? It's not
There's-
for me.
There's money in
And
that,
to make
though.
an African parent understand that is hard until you can bring food on his table
Yeah, true.
and say, here's what I'm doing, Dad. Right now, we cool. He understands.
How many times did you have to sneak out of the house to, apply your trade?
And then at some point, when he bought us a computer like we asked, it became a
Another issue.
bedroom studio computer, you see? Like he's facilitating what he believes is my interest.
And then you use it for
Yes,
your
and I'm
interest.
using it for my interest. And he's thinking, wait, this is his level of his department of expertise or whatever
Yeah.
you want to call it. He's buying a computer because he thinks
Once
you're
you
going to
start
use it.
coding.
You'll be coding. you be making programs, and
Yeah.
I'm using it to
produce
record
music.
songs. Yes, make beats. I had Fruity Loops, bro. Like this.
Cube-based
I
and
remember
all.
for
Yeah.
loops.
And my dad was one of those people who wanted to support what is
Yeah.
education,
Yeah.
school,
Not art.
not art. He's one of those people who believed if you can get good grades, do this, get a master's, get this, you're all good. Like, that's his belief. And I don't blame him, because it's been the African way. Like, everybody believes you gotta go to school, graduate, and then you stand a chance of getting a good job so you can survive. But who wants to survive? We wanna live life. I want to live. Like,
Yeah.
survival is different.
Yeah. It's
You
like
know,
the bare minimum, right?
Living is when even your job is fun.
Yeah.
You're having fun, you're doing what you want to do,
Yeah.
then it's all good.
So how far back was this breakup?
Um,
Was this recent? Was this like a couple of years ago?
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
That's relatively recent,
Very recent. Yeah.
especially when you still have the girl.
Around the COVID, when COVID was just really coming.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, so don't you think part of why she got with you is because she knew who your parents were?
No, she did not know anything about my parents. My parents were still in the copper belt.
Right.
They were over there.
Okay, cool.
She just met a guy, and she's like, he's cool.
Yeah.
I like him. And, like, I think part of her maturity was because of me.
How
Because
so?
of the way I was living by myself,
Mm-hmm.
she'll be like, wait a minute, his place looks dirty.
Yeah.
So then she'd clean up.
Yeah.
I'd come back, she's rearranged everything, and I'm thinking,
She's a keeper.
yeah, like she would, this is not her, she doesn't live with me.
Yeah, I get it.
But she's coming through to say, this dude, like, his place is a mess. Like, his shoes should be over here, you know, like. And then I'm thinking to myself, is she able to do this for anyone? She's just living with her mom and her grandmother. But how is she fixing up my place like this? And then she's telling me, buy new curtains, buy, you know?
I dated a girl once.
Yeah.
You did?
I did, imagine that.
Yeah.
She tells me that I am attracted to broken guys.
So she can fix you.
Yeah.
Wow.
She needs a job.
Do you feel she was that kind of person as well?
I don't think so, because she was straight off high school. The gap between us was like 7 years, bro. 7 years older, 8 years older than her.
Cradle snatcher.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is she the reason why you got into spoken word poetry?
Not really.
Because when I see your videos, you're very passionate. You're deep into it when you're, spitting and when you're doing a spoken word poetry.
I don't even think I'm deep into it.
I think you are.
I think
it's-
you are.
It's from life experience.
Okay.
What you went through. Then you meet the right people that tell you, wait, there's a way you can express what you faced in your life.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, so poetry. 'Cause when I met Kapembwa and them,
Oh,
I did not
we're
know-
coming to Kapemba. We
I
need to
did
find
not
out that
know
story as well.
anything about poetry.
Yeah.
I was a rapper, just a mere person who can rhyme, rap, bounce on a beat, and that's it. Then I learned, wait, there's like this different avenue that you can use, a spoken word. You can express yourself using this avenue. And when I started learning what these other poets were doing, Luca, his soul rest in peace, he's no longer with us. Ludo, like Magnifier, Jesse. I knew all these guys through poetry, and I realized this is how they do their thing. So maybe I have to adjust a little bit, because I'm taking everything like it's rap music. So I come through, I'm like, this needs to rhyme, you know? I'm not gonna let this hang. I said cloud. And I was doing it like that,
Interesting.
not realizing that it's making me different
Yeah.
from all the other poets, because they have like a uniform formal pattern of doing their wordplay, their spoken word.
At what point do you meet Kapembwa, and what what changes does it bring into your life?
So when I meet Kapembwa, I'm coming from a video shoot for Vitumbua. Right?
Whoa, it's that far back.
Yes, and he's already told us about
Wow.
this poetry platform he's launching. And he said, you guys are gonna be guests at the same time. Would like you to just come up because it's poetry and you guys do rap. Rap is rhythm and poetry.
RAP.
Yeah, that's what it means. It's rhythm and poetry. So your poetry, but on beat with rhythm. So then he's like, who else to invite than these guys are so good entertainment. They're doing some nice music. They're passionate about what they do. Let's invite them over for the launch of this bittersweet poetry platform. So then I go to this thing, and I don't even know. I'm like from a video shoot. I'm like, how does this work? Like, I need to see what somebody else does for me to know how to do this. So like poetry was so new, but I didn't know that it's like that wide, that diverse. Like I thought poetry was AIDS. You killed my mother, you know. The stuff that we know when we're growing up, they tell you you're going to do a poetry, shan, you can memorize it. This is like a poetry piece. Water, you give me life. Same thing.
Yeah.
That's what I knew.
Yeah.
And then I get into this space where I'm feeling like, wait, this is totally different.
Yeah.
It's diverse. So I need to personify stuff. I need to metaphorically explain something.
Get deep into it and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, like it's diverse. Even up to now, I'm not a certified poet. There's stuff I need to learn to be a poet.
Yeah.
Like the poets I've met. I'm thinking these guys know what it is.
But at this point, you guys have nothing trending anywhere into the Mkushi accent, bruv.
Yeah.
Martin,
Only musically.
please help us with a microphone for the big man, Mr. Kapembo. Just have we need a sentence or two from him. He's actually here.
He's here.
He's here.
Ha! I told a lot of lies.
Well, we shall rectify and find out the truth now. Yes, so, big man, Mr. Kapembo, you introduced this young man here to spoken word poetry.
Yeah.
He's giving you a lot of credit, and he's saying he's lied about a lot of things that we need some,
No, I didn't lie about anything.
You didn't lie about anything.
We'll see if I lie.
What did you see in this man when you first met him, when you first saw him?
Oh, man.
Just hold the mic to your mouth.
I'm trying to just do home, man, first. Yeah, man, just need to do like a flashback,
man.
a home, man. I think brilliance. I think is what I saw. So I saw brilliance. They quickly became a household brand at Bittersweet. So if you actually make it known that, look out for K-Star, at the next show, like numbers, it's like money, money.
Everybody show about starring.
Yes. And like the most epic ones, like when they got into like the rhythm of poetry and decide owning it is when we'd also have them come and take over the shows. Like now it's your turn, and then they'll be like, we're gonna have a battle among ourselves as rappers.
Right.
So then you'd have like 2-1 killing each other. So the critic X's like Q, and then it's literally guns blazing, and people would lose their minds at how these guys are not coming up with this stuff on stage, like how they are engineering it on stage, because you don't come up with stuff like that. Like that's brilliance, And even if you go like to YouTube, you probably find like a really bad video.
It's terrible. It is terrible.
You find a bad video of
I
this
didn't
battle,
lose,
and they really killed it, And for me, it's just brilliance. I saw brilliance, and I just thought, we can be friends.
But like I was saying earlier, you guys didn't trend for anything until the Mkushi accent. Was that accidental? How did that concept come up?
Oh man, like we just fun people, man.
Yeah.
We love taking it easy. We don't like stressing.
Yeah.
So even for the poetry, we're not stressing. Just come out and express yourself. So on the Makushi accent side, because it started with him actually. He came to the show. He forgot a poem, and then instead of doing poetry,
Comedy.
he
You went
did
into comedy.
Yes, he did a comedy set for 5 minutes. And for poetry audiences, we're looking at like want to analyze what you just said. You know,
Yeah.
like the trees. What does it mean by the trees? You start going back, or the roots, or Kunta Kinte.
Yeah.
Like you're breaking everything down. But then he just came and took all this serious audience into another realm, and we were laughing, and I was just like,
There's an idea.
There's an idea, So it's from that front, and because I was part of the team that brought Trevor Noah in,
Yeah.
and the turnout was remarkable. And I was thinking, so there's an audience for comedy.
Yeah.
There's always been an audience for comedy. We've known people going for shows like Bob and Kosha's shows
Yeah.
since time immemorial. Dangerous Joburg.
Yes. Yeah.
So comedy has always had an audience, but then for the style of comedy that we found ourselves in,
Yeah.
that was like, oh wow, that too here, because it was almost an insult. Okay, it's not even almost. It was an insult. Someone comes up and says, "You're a comedian, you, eh?" And you're like, how do you say that about me?
Yeah.
But now it's different.
Almost if it's calling you a clown.
Exactly. And also because that time there was a lot of theater comedy. You have to dress up funny, put a pillow, paint yourself.
Torn slacks.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
part of the comedy. And that's theater comedy. It's been there like for what's the guy called? Yeah. Mr. Bean used to do it, Charlie Chaplin used to do it. You just
Big
you
kilo
act
need
it out.
difficulty as well. I think we put them in that category
But
as well.
those guys did both because they dressed up,
Those guys are super.
but the delivery was
Yeah, it was
on
beautiful.
point.
Yeah, it was very beautiful.
So now we have a new realm to explore and the brilliance here. So we started touring, doing comedy.
Yeah.
And one of our tours, we're trying to advertise one of our shows. It was our last show in Andola. And we did a video, it went viral. And yeah, let's try it again. And again.
Next, I think my most favorite one is the one by the filling station in Range Rover, the cartoon one. I think we have 50. Come we have 50. That was a good one.
And you see, we want to dive into like human truths, and that's what I
Yeah.
think makes our work connect with lots of people because they see themselves in the work. So even the same one,
Yeah.
you rock up there, you're trying to put gas in your car, and then you see that the meter is showing 50, but the car that just drove off is a range. Like, what just happened? What played out during that period?
Yeah.
So then when you reenact it,
Yeah.
put it in a cartoon, then you get the video like that.
Like you came in a Mercedes Benz, then you go to a filling station and fill up for 40 kwacha.
It's happening all the time.
People look at you funny because it's a Merc.
Yeah.
I actually
They
had a
expect a bigger
lady
figure.
from Livingston actually tell me that because of that video,
Yeah.
she stopped putting 100 kwacha in her Merc. She's like
She upgraded.
stopped. Yeah,
Full tank.
It's like even the fuel attendants were like, yeah, now we'll be asking nicely. Starting 100 kwacha Mercedes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Gave us
it's
pressure.
amazing how there's material all around us, and it takes creative people like you to just like you said. When you drive up to a pump and you see that it reads 50. Kapembo and I would never really actually see the comedic side to that. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's pretty impressive.
And then there's you guys in Dubai. Who sponsored that? What sponsored that about your life? Was it the music, the poetry, the comedy?
K-Stars money.
You're rich.
He was like,
Share
you
the
know what,
money.
you've
Just
got
some
nothing
money
to
for
do.
traveling, not for other things. Find me and not buy me a drink. I won't have money for that. But for traveling,
Because I know you're like an endorsement magnet right now. No, like true story. I watched I watched a very interesting advert yesterday, and I just quoted. I think it was on YouTube or something. You buy a desk, drinks open, Zambia. Let's cut this long story short. Yeah. But I'm assuming what took you to Dubai was the spend money.
He was spending it all over the
You were
place.
spending it all over the place.
yeah, on my third trip, yes, I was spending all over the place. Just spending over here, spending over there.
Bowling out of control.
How did you get to meet and get into this space where you started working with Spen?
The first time I spoke to somebody from Spain, I didn't know what it was. Yes, like
Yeah.
somebody
Look at his
just,
exit.
called me, and there were like, okay, we've got this new app that it's been existing probably elsewhere,
Yeah.
but then Zambia, that's when it was coming into this space. So I listened and I said, okay, I have a manager. Maybe you should talk to my manager and just so we get exactly what you need.
To make sure you're not being hoodwinked.
Yeah, exactly. So then it just ended up to be a very dope, it's mobile banking, it's everything. And
Yeah.
I'm thinking to myself, wait, this app is actually cool. So I could buy because I needed to know what it's about for
Yeah.
me to speak about it. So I get like the app and then I'm trying everything out. Like I can buy airtime. I can pay for my electricity, like Zesco and all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And you
And
having
now-
an IT background also helps.
Yeah, like it helped.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
thinking to myself, if I were using this app, this is what I would add. Then next thing you know, they add that.
Yeah.
Wait,
They
you
tell
actually
you-
contributed to the Spend app?
No, I
Like-
don't. I'm
Oh,
saying
you were just
it to
thinking.
myself.
Okay,
yes.
I see, I
And
see.
then
Yeah.
they're adding everything I'm thinking.
Oh, okay, I see.
Like
I
most
see.
recently, they have like this merchant part of this app. Like, so this is like grocery shopping.
Right.
Think of it like you walk into Pick and Pay, right?
Which I did when you sent me.
Yeah, and
Well, he
yeah.
actually sent me to buy
Yeah.
him a little something.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and
So
I had
in
to.
Pick and Pay, you're able to pay for your groceries really fast. The same way there was, like for me as a consumer, like the way it's been, like I can pay for this, I can buy electricity, they're expanding like for everybody. They don't care. Like even now it's companies.
Mm.
You know how you have a company, you want to pay your employees,
You can do that
stuff
via
like
Spend,
that,
yeah?
you can do that.
Now, you mentioned you can get groceries and stuff. For me, the first thing that comes to my mind when I talk about groceries is,
Yeah.
there's a woman in your life, is there?
Aha.
Are you dating? Are you married? Do you have a kid? What's
Then
happening in your life?
download the app. You can send money to her for no transaction charge at all.
I
like I'm
asked
thinking,
you, are you married?
me? I'm not married. But
married?
I have people I send money. Just, that's sending money. Even my
Yeah, but-
sister.
but are you dating anyone?
No.
Is there
Can you,
anyone...
can you look in the camera and say no?
This guy is putting me on the spot. No.
He
All
is
right,
not,
cool.
He's
Yeah,
not
it's
dating
not.
anyone.
It's not official, but I do have
Someone you're
somebody.
talking to.
Yeah, I'm talking to. So yeah.
I was going to ask if there's anyone out there who would say they are your girlfriend. 'Cause
Yes,
they-
there are.
They are.
Yeah.
More than one.
Yeah, sometimes when you speak to females a certain way, they're thinking we're going this direction.
Right. I've been there.
I'm gonna be the girlfriend soon. So
I've been there.
yes, but since my breakup, there's some people that I consider potential girlfriends.
How many are we talking about here?
Maybe about 3.
What-
I'm
what-
not like just going like.
When did you start really getting, female attention?
Oh, it started a long time ago. Cause before anything, I was just very.
Funny.
You said,
No, I was just like very aggressive.
Aggressive.
yeah.
Not
I don't know if aggression would
look,
get you.
that's
physically
aggression.
aggressive.
That's aggression, but I'm talking about a point
But-
where it now became easy. After the aggression, when it just
Even
became your
before,
walk.
like I think the way I would talk to certain females,
Yeah.
they were like, this guy is different. Like this is not how everybody talks to us.
Right.
Like I think I would talk to females even when I was like 18. I was talking to females a certain way.
And you were bagging girls.
Yeah, and they were like, you know what? You're a good person. I want to meet your brothers.
You're like,
it
no,
was
no,
hard to
and
meet
you're like, not
guys,
yet,
and-
not
yeah,
yet.
not yet.
Yeah. So, when was the first time that you used your fame to smash a girl? Like,
Yeah.
she recognized who you were, and you're like,
Yeah, let me use this.
That's the worst. I honestly don't like that because how that happened is like even when somebody's getting introduced, you don't like to get known. 'Cause you know, this is K plus, and then everybody's like, K plus, I've seen your Zed podcast. So when that started happening, you're the Vitumbua guy, and you know here they label you.
Yeah.
It's not about your name, so I can tell you after that my name's Daniel, but wherever she goes, she's gonna say I was with the Vitumbua guy. You know,
You're labeled, yeah.
Yes, or I was the Tiloa guy. You know. So yeah, at some point I became known for something I've done, and somebody would be like, "Oh, I met you before. You were the," you know. And I didn't like that. So it was a bit of a put off for me. Maybe for the other person it was a plus. I don't know, but for me it's a bit of a put off. I'd rather meet somebody who doesn't know me for anything I've done, and we're just conversing as people. We know each other.
Yeah.
We get to know each other. And then I bring up that, I do
This is what
some
I do.
entertainment.
Yeah.
You know, on the side, which is not really on the side, it's full time. But
So have you? Because you still haven't answered my question.
Yeah.
Daniel,
yes.
who have you smashed using your fame? Or have you?
Yes, I have. But it's collateral damage.
Look, I'm
It's
not
like,
judging
wait,
you.
first I liked you, I saw you, I wanted to speak to you because you got natural hair.
You don't need to explain. I would have done the same thing too if I was famous.
No, like this is, you go there, introduce me to your friend. Then you get introduced and she knows you.
What can you do?
She's like, wait, aren't you that guy Kapembwa, right? And that's what I get called a lot of times.
Yeah.
I'm Kapembwa.
Or maybe people think the K is for Kapembwe.
Yes, Kapembwa.
Wait, so
star.
what's the K for?
Sorry. Combat.
Really? Is it?
You didn't know that.
No, I didn't.
No, because your name is Daniel.
Yeah. So I was about to say, where's the
I'm a
K?
serious whoop ass when it comes to Mortal Kombat. So because in Ndola, I was beating the whole Ndola. Like when I say I'm beating the whole Ndola, this is like real stuff.
Yeah.
Like I would go to the trade fair. Have you ever heard of trade fair?
Of course.
Yeah, people go there. There's gaming going on.
Yeah.
And we're playing Mortal Kombat, and I would sit until it's time for them to just disconnect the game and say,
The game would heat up.
yeah, we're going now. Look.
What are you not good at, bruh? Poetry, rap,
Video
you're a
games.
comedian.
Video games.
You are
I'm
not
good anymore.
right
Yeah, but that's anymore.
anymore
When
because
I
you
was
were at
growing
some
up,
point.
I whoop ass.
Seems like anything you put your mind to.
Mortal Kombat star. That's where that name came from.
Yeah.
But I'm like, it's MK style, Yeah.
Combat stuff.
Because I've just
I
seen
dropped the M.
just before we started, Abigail showed me a video that you did. What's it called? Some ad that you did. Saviamba. Am I saying it right?
Zambia.
Savambia.
That's-
That was funny.
Savannah and Zambia.
That was dope.
Combined.
That was funny.
Thank you. I'm glad.
So are you the creative behind everything that you do? Do you get someone that writes and tells
No.
you?
You see, that's the thing. Sometimes you just get somebody's a fan of what you've done,
Yeah.
and they tell you, "Wait a minute, can we incorporate you into this?"
Right.
You can't do everything. Obviously, there's directors there,
writers, producers, and all that.
Producers. So maybe tweaking, like if you need me to say something, like if I said it like this, it
Yeah,
would
yeah.
sound better.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But there's always a production team that's more professional than I am because I'm into production for my videos. But if you want me to be part of your production, that's your request. You have to say, do you have anything to say, you know? But what I do is production for my videos. There, I'm in a creative space where I can tell Kapembwa, how I like that idea.
Yeah.
He
Or this
tells
one is
me,
shit.
no,
Yeah.
that one sucks.
Yeah.
We change it because
Yeah.
we're together.
Yeah.
Christian's gonna come and say, you guys, me, I'm not feeling this. Where's the aspect of this person? Of this person? So it's very different.
You're getting so many endorsement deals, man. Which one has been your biggest so far?
My biggest ones.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
Spen.
Mossy,
Okay.
Savambia, and Spen.
Which one took you to Dubai?
The one that took me. No, I'm not gonna disclose that. So that
Should I-
everyone knows that. Oh, that money we gave him. That's why he went.
Can we get into 60 seconds now?
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. But before we get into 6 seconds, you came from Zimandola, Kopala.
Yes.
Kopala swag
I
to the
was
fullest.
born here,
Yeah, then moved to.
but I moved over there, and that's where I had like my adolescent stage.
Yeah.
The most important one, where you get the first girlfriend, Shan.
Break a few things in your life.
Yeah, a few things like glasses. I don't know what he's talking about. Drop a glass or two, and mom says, "Without a glass,
Ukasha. Kitchen
Oh,
party fiance
qualified.
calculated fiande. I asked that question because we're doing this in the rainy season, and it always baffles me how on the copper belt when it rains,
Yeah.
we don't have traffic jams. Lusaka, but Lusaka,
Wait,
what
let me tell you
happens?
something
It's
about the Copper Belt.
ridiculous,
Have
yeah.
you been to the Copper
Yeah,
Belt?
of course, a couple of times.
You have?
Yeah.
There's traffic.
So,
There's traffic
it's-
there too.
And it's concrete everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So if you're walking, you're cool, right?
You're
on
good.
tar
Yeah.
and tiles. And over here, it gets muddy. I've seen people papad. So when I'm papa, so a grown woman when I'm papa.
For 5 kwacha.
Yeah, for 5
Becomes a
bucks.
business, yeah.
They have to cross over lakes and rivers that were not intended. God already made lakes and rivers and whatnot. But Lusaka has other rivers that are being added now. GPS needs to be
Readjusted.
Recalibrated.
Recalibrated, yeah.
like, oh, there's another lake here. That's hard.
All right, let's get to 60 seconds, K-Star. And I give you a clue for something and you give me the correct answer.
All right, wait, hold on. Let me start my timer.
All right, timer,
So we
okay.
make it exactly 60 seconds. Are you ready, Kapembwa? Did I just say
Kapembwa Star.
You see what I mean? Already we have a
K-Star.
guy making that mistake.
Wait, hold
He was just talking about it a minute ago.
Hey,
iPhones.
wait, where's my... Sorry, just a second.
iPhone
All right, cool.
people.
Ready?
Yes, he probably just download a timer or something.
All right, ready? We go.
Let's go. It's the most used... Should we start this
I
again?
saw my ex-girlfriend. She's driving the Benz now.
Wow.
Go.
Okay, go. It's the most used foreign currency.
Dollar.
Yes, there we go.
No, say the whole thing.
The whole thing, yeah.
US dollar.
Yeah.
It was a very popular South African TV drama series in a hospital.
Isidingo.
No.
In a
Okay,
hospital.
No, I just rushed that.
It was mostly in a hospital.
I don't watch any of those dramas. I'm a Family Guy person.
No.
Screw that. I'll never get it right.
Okay, hold on. When you die, what goes to heaven? Your...
So,
Uh-huh.
City.
There you go. There you go.
Thank you for that.
You had to put it together. It was a cartoon about a robot.
A couple of things come
Couple of
together.
things, yeah.
And then,
Voltron.
there
yes,
you go.
there we go. And the American Eagles. Dash, dash, and the American Eagles.
Roger Ramsey.
Yes.
And then this one is a cartoon. It's a sailor. When he eats spinach, he gets strong.
Popeye.
There you go.
It's
Chicken.
very popular in
South Africa.
South Africa.
The most hijacked
the most hijacked car in South
car
Africa.
in South Africa. Small. The brand has got 2 letters in it. It's got 2 letters in it. The brand has got 2
Yes.
letters in it.
Oh, man.
From Germany.
VW.
Yes.
So the other one, like the smaller.
Volkswagen Polo.
There you go. There you go.
You guys are giving all the
How do we break
necessary clues
how do we
here.
break this down now?
When someone is impressed, it's 3 letters. What do they say when they're impressed? They say it's 3 letters. And 2 of those letters are the same. The first and the last one are the same. So when someone is impressed or surprised, they say 3 letters.
I'm iffy.
Okay, time's up.
Wow.
They say wow.
Oh, what's that one?
Wow.
W-O-W.
Wow.
Wow.
What if they're just surprised and they're just hoodwinked, right? Wow could be like, wow, really? Wow.
But that's a surprise though, right?
Happy. You guys said happy. You ain't fair to
Nah,
me.
this was dope.
I
This
hope
was dope.
Everyone else lost.
I think he's done better than most of our guests so far.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you've done. Yeah, you've done.
Yeah,
You've done
in a minute.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you very much, yeah? That's
K-Star, before we go, we just love you to share your best joke.
You see, that's the thing. I don't have jokes.
What do you have?
I talk about
Impromptu
relatable
situations
stuff.
and
Yeah, situations.
Alright,
I
so
tell you about my family.
find something relatable here then.
Relatable here.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just asked me why did you ask me to crack a joke?
Because you're a comedian.
So because I am a comedian, you asked me to crack a joke.
Your best one, yeah. I mean, there's probably some that you've written down already.
What about you? What do you do?
I was about to say the same thing. Imagine when you go to a bride and you say to a person that I'm a doctor.
Yeah.
Now suddenly they're
Can
saying,
you do
"Oh,
some
operate
surgery?
someone.
Exactly. I'm going to make you. What do you do?
All right, do a freestyle about the podcast then.
Is there a
You are
beat?
the combat star, man.
That's like combat.
Combat star. Yeah, but then you took it to rapping as well, so you can give us a freestyle here about things that are going on here.
Okay. On this table. And there's this cable. Can I please have one distinct...
And thanks to Spin, our guy is financially stable.
He finished it off. But did you hear those? They're all over the place. There's one drum set this side.
And he's so independent
Where's
right
the
now, he doesn't
snare?
belong to any record label.
I heard you mention something about, being on 4 legs like a table. You know another thing? A horse that's in a stable.
oh,
He also has 4 legs.
But this
No
nigga becoming a rap
pegs
star
that we
again,
hanging. Oh,
this
shit.
nigga becoming a rap star again, that's a fable.
This nigga is freestyling and he's doing
Imagine.
it like Chungu. He's able. Pretty good. Where were you when we were battling and there's nobody to come up against me?
I was in my parents' stable.
Ah. You weren't being
Yep,
treated.
say
He wasn't being treated as an animal. Why is he
I'll switch a
lying?
shut up, I'll whip you
I
with a
know
cable.
his parents. I know his parents. He came from a very good, lifestyle. That time, the cat that he would get was just a table.
He didn't tell us his ex-girlfriend's name, but I know her name is Mabel. Is she?
Okay, no, she's not.
She's not Mabel.
Yeah, she's Jane.
she's Jane.
Yeah.
You made that up.
It is true.
It's true that you made that up.
Let's
that
Kapemba confirm.
She's Jane.
His ex, the one that broke his heart into so many pieces. We don't remember. K-Star, thanks a lot for coming through, bruv. It's been
Thanks
real,
for
it's been
having
fun
me.
and funny.
Same here, buddy.
And remember, this episode was brought to you by Spend. If you want to transact quick,
That's the one.
that's the one.
Transact quick.
Quick.
Yes.
I actually used it when you sent me to Pick and Pay to get your little something.
Yeah, you know,
that's the one I
just-
used.
Wait,
Yeah,
hold on.
Yeah.
We can. Hey, Walia,
Well, yeah.
come through. Martin, where's the mic?
You guys brought
Please just let
what
us
if
know.
I said the wrong things about,
Fact check, buddy. Even Facebook
I
can
said
fact check
everything
you.
right. I know Spanish.
So this episode is brought to you by Spen, and we have the lovely lady boy to break it down
t-shirt
like a
right
fraction
there.
what Spen is really about, and why Spen is the one. What are we calling it? Mobile banking app that people
Yes,
should have in their
mobile
phones.
banking.
Why should we have Spen in our phones?
It's a must. It's a must. You know, with the current COVID situation,
Yeah.
especially, governments are promoting mobile banking.
Mm-hmm.
And it's important for people to just take care of themselves, promote the cashless society. And also, one thing that people need to understand is that we are here to empower people and also just bridge the gap between the unbanked and the banked population. So this is the way forward. As K-Star said it, yeah.
You were here when I said that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if I've got money in my spend, where can I get my money out?
Okay, so you can visit any Axis Bank branch. You can go to any Kazang agent nationwide.
Yeah.
And we also have our Spend agents that you can actually locate on the app. Very easy.
Oh wow! So I can go to
convenient.
the app and it can tell me.
Yeah.
The closest to you, just right behind you. What?
You didn't know that now, did you?
They can tell you the kilometers.
Really?
You can even call the person and
Yeah.
say, hey,
I'm
I
on my
want to-"
way.
Yeah.
So he was complaining because he went to Central.
Yeah.
And he had trouble there. You did not know that you can go onto the app and see where the other agents are now, did you?
I think this segment should be called "If You Don't Know,
Now you know, player.
It's been real. Remember, you can follow us on Instagram. It's That Zed Podcast Ep8. YouTube. Make sure you watch our other episodes as well. It's That Zed Podcast. Where are we as well?
Follow me
Facebook.
too.
That Zed Podcast. Follow him. Which is your account, by the way?
Spend too.
Yeah, Spend
Follow Spend.
Zambia.
Spend Zambia on all the platforms. It's just Spend
Instagram,
Zambia.
LinkedIn, Twitter. You got it.
All right, to the next episode. This has been That Zed Podcast with yours truly. My name is K Plus and my able host here. You can introduce yourself. Sleeping on duty.
Yeah.
You was
Elfin.
thinking about something.
Oh wait.
That Zed Podcast. Zed Podcast. Zambian conversations worth having. We talk to Zambian movers and shakers, the change makers, the achievers. We also discuss interesting topics. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube, That Zed Podcast. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Listen to That Zed Podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Anchor. That Zed Podcast. Zambian conversations